Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not. With the release of Disclosure Day, everyone's doing their Steven Spielberg rankings. They're ranking every movie that Steven Spielberg has done. Steven Spielberg is my favorite director, and so I wanted to participate in this. However, I have not seen every Steven Spielberg movie. Do I ever have the feeling that I ever want to? I have thought several times to do a uh, exploring series on him, exploring Spielberg, whatever. But there are just so many. He has so many long, over 3 hour historical dramas in there. Lincoln, Schindler's List, Amistad, all those movies I don't really care to watch. I have seen Schindler's List once in school. It's on this list, but it's low. But don't think it's low just because it's a bad movie or I don't like it. It's low because of rewatch value is low because it's been 20 years. Just, someone wants a little low on this list. It's been a long time since I've seen them. Or I don't have a very good opinion on one of these. My number 12, get to that. I need to rewatch that one. But I've decided I want to participate, but I'm going to rank only the movies that I've seen. That I've owned. I have a couple more. I have Minority Report. I'm saving that for eventually to do a Big Ten Tom Cruise. And then I also have Adventures of Tintin, which I'm saving for an eventual Nick Month 3 whenever I can do either of those. And I have the time. At this point, it's probably next year. I could have done both of those this summer if I'd, you know, the summer come up. But okay. So I have 15 movies here that I've seen. So I've seen a little less than half of his filmography, which is not right. Like I said, a few of these I've been like 20 years since I've seen them. So I'm going by memory. I'm going by what I remember. So yeah, but starting off with 15, and I'm looking at this list. I started making this list, and I put a different movie at the end, and I'm like, I think I'd be castrated if I put this movie above any other movie on this list. So number 15 is of course Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, I do not hate this movie, but I understand the gripes that people have. Shia LaBeouf is okay. I'm a Shia LaBeouf fan. I grew up with Even Stevens. I like him in Disturbia. I think he's okay in two of the Transformers movies, except for the third one where he's just screaming for no reason. I think he's a great actor. The priding for him isn't always the best, but he's good. And I think he's fine in this movie. It was always obvious he was going to be Indiana Jones' son. It was just obvious. Now, keep in mind, when I went to see this back in 2008, when I first moved out here, or maybe close to it, I had only briefly watched through the other ones. I don't even know if I had to have, because I think I did the Die Hard thing. Though when I watched the Die Hard movies in preparation for the fourth one, I didn't watch and didn't pay attention enough because I didn't care for the first Die Hard movie when I watched it. Yep, bad Scotty. Great, one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made. Anyway, again, I watched through. I'd seen bits and pieces of the other ones throughout the years, so I finally watched them. And so when Marion popped up, I went, "Oh, it's that lady." And I knew her, but I just watched that for the first time. Now, if this came out now, well, he'd be way too old for that anyway. Who would make a movie? Who would have an Indiana Jones movie come out now, or a couple years ago? Aliens. It always baffles me when people have say, Aliens lost me. Aliens are too much for Indiana Jones, and I went. So, metal casing arc thingies that melt people's faces. Voodoo witch doctor pulling people's hearts out of their chests. And the literal fountain of youth are okay, but aliens is too much. There are some people saying that time travel is too much, and I went, when the time travel in the new one came in, I'm just like, first of all, if you were surprised at it being time travel in a movie called The Dial of Destiny, then you had to have not watched any trailer or even paid attention to the name of the movie. It's just new Indiana Jones movie. That's all you knew, because Dial of Destiny, it was implied time travel to me. People say, oh, time travel's too much. Time travel's fine. In this universe, and what baffles me, people say aliens are too much in the Indiana Jones universe with all this stuff that he has found. It's like Indiana Jones is the proprietor of the X-Files to me. Aliens are fine. I don't know. The CGI monkeys, though, are not so good. The whole... Like, I recently caught that part of the movie after we got done watching a cooking show at my mom's, and I just went, because it's... No, that part is not good. But Shia LaBeouf is swinging on CGI ropes or... Not ropes. Not branches. What are they? I don't know. But yeah. This is the worst one that I've seen. Okay? Number 14. And like I said, just because it's this low on the list does not mean... I'm going to defend why it's this low, by the way. Does not mean that it's a bad movie. Because number 14 is Schindler's List. Now, I will step up and I will say Schindler's List is a great movie. But one, it's been over 20 years since I saw it. I watched it in a history class. We were studying the... Why can't I remember the name of the Holocaust? Damn, my brain is just not working today. We were studying the Holocaust, and my teacher said we were going to watch it. And I remember the girl in the red coat. The only thing that's in color, it's all black and white, except for that. I remember Liam Neeson being pretty good. I wasn't familiar with... At that point, I knew from Star Wars. That's about it. And like... So, he's good in it. One I can remember... Like I said, it's a good movie. It's just been 20 years. And the subject matter, which is the reason why it's so low, even if I had recently watched it, I have no desire to go back and rewatch this movie. And it's not because it's a bad movie. It's because of the subject matter. I just don't want to see that. I'm not trying to be ignorant, but it's just I just don't. There's just some things you don't want to watch, and I don't want to think about all the bad stuff that happened back then. It happened, and it sucks, and I wish they didn't have to go through it. You didn't have to go through that, but I don't feel the need. I need to revisit that. I feel bad enough for what happened. I'm not. I have German ancestry. But also Irish ancestry, which I go for more. The Irish ancestry. Irish blood, the Irish ancestry. Because who knows what the German side... I doubt there was any Nazis in my lineage. Because, like, my grandparents would have been around... The kids around that time. So I doubt. And they were American at that point. So it would go further back to, like, the 1800s, if anything, the ancestry to that. So, but no, I prefer Irish, by the way. Right. Okay, number 13, another one, because it's been a long time, I can actually show it here. Saving Private Ryan, or should I do jokes? Shaving Ryan's Privates. There, I did it. Saving Private Ryan. Another one that also falls in the category of it's been maybe more than 20 years at this point since I've seen it. This came out in 98 or whatever. It was on TV all the time. And I remember there would be special viewings where the special uncensored version they would play, and I'm like, why? And then it would pop up, warning, content warning, because it's uncensored version, the gore, and it's like, it's got to be Spielberg's goriest film, I think, but it's well made. Tom Hanks is great as always, and Matt Damon, from what I can remember, is good. I remember the end, because you think, when you see the old man at the beginning, it's going to be Tom Hanks, and then when it ends up being Matt Damon, you're like, oh, and it's Tom Hanks' grave, so it's like, that sort of thing. It reminds me of the episode of Doctor Who, the Family of Blood, I think that's the second part, where, the Doctor is taking his memory and his Time Lord powers out to hide from the Family of Blood, and he's this school teacher at this school for boys a year before World War I broke out. And by the end he becomes a doctor again, but then he travels to like present time and he sees these boys who are now old men, and they see him, and it's got that moment. And this reminds me of that, where it's like he's honoring the person, you know. But yeah, it's been years since I watched it. I bought the DVD, and then I bought the Steelbook, and I have yet to even put this in once. It's a long movie. Let's see, what does it say? 169 minutes. Yeah, long. So I don't have any preferences to watch anytime soon, but, you know. Number 12 is a movie that I think I may have unfairly judged, but it's this low, and that's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So when I first watched this, I don't think I gave it enough attention that I could have. When I put my review out, I got a comment from someone. In fact, let me see if I can't bring that up here. Hold on. Wait. So I'll read the comment verbatim if it's still there. If it's not, then I have to try to paraphrase, but I think it's still there. I think I still have the YouTube studio pulled up. No. What? Alright. Channel dashboard. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Oh, it was a 10-minute and 40-second review. I did not, yeah. Comments. I had a comment on here and it's gone now. I wish people would not delete comments. Maybe they left YouTube, I don't know. But it's not on here that I can see it. Tell me to add a comment. It's not there. Wow. It was something to the effect of, and I would have called out your name for you, so you know. But anyway, something to the effect of, this is one of my favorite movies, and if I had never seen the movie and watched your review of it, I wouldn't want to watch the movie. And I'm like, well, you know, that's really on you. It's not my fault I didn't care for it the first time I watched it. But the video is only 10 minutes and 40 seconds. I think this is due for a revisit. Really. And give it a fair chance, because I don't really think I paid much attention to it. I don't remember why I did either. Maybe in the future I'll do a revisit of this, but for right now, it's... What I do remember, Richard Dreyfuss was good. There's another one, like I said, I don't think I paid enough attention, but yeah, I'll have to come back to it. Number 11 is another movie I saw 20 years ago. Came out in 2004, right? Yeah. But I actually watched it in school too, The Terminal. This one's actually good, but it's lower because it's been a while since I've watched it. So Tom Hanks is this foreign person from a foreign land who has arrived in the airport terminal in New York City. Right? Yeah, JFK Airport. Viktor Navorsky. He's unable to leave. They refuse to let him leave the airport, but he refuses to go back to his country. So, I thought he refused. He's unable to go back home to his country, and he's not able to enter in the U.S. So now he's stuck living in this airport terminal. And there's a thing with him and Catherine Zeta-Jones. And she lives under the laser. And just other things. And Chi McBride and Diego Luna are there. Stanley Tucci is an asshole. Again, I'm trying to remember. This scene happens. I haven't watched this in a while. I'd love to know the context of that. It's been a while. 20 years, like I said, almost 20 years. Gotta be less than 20 years, I think about it. But yeah. Alright, now we're getting to the ones that I've seen more recently and I've seen more than once. War of the Worlds. As I mentioned, Minority Report isn't on here. I haven't seen it yet. War of the Worlds. I thought it was good. I'm not a fan of how they defeat the aliens, but that's in the original story, in the original movie. So that's kind of, you have to deal with that. It's come to Earth and, oh no, coming cold, we die now. I think Tom Cruise is good. He does a lot of running, which he does a lot in his movies. I even like the actors who play his kids, even though Dakota Fanning is one of his kids. And I didn't like little Dakota Fanning. She's a better actress now, but she was just everywhere back then, you know. She was in that Charlotte's Web remake that I haven't watched. And I like the design of the alien tripods. I say it like that. And yeah, I thought this was good. What it was? Oh yeah, that Goku is in here too, isn't he? I forget about that. And Tim Robbins. Well, he's the guy that. Okay. It's been a while. Like a couple years. Last year, 24. I don't know. But yeah. We're in the top 10, I guess. Number 9 is The Lost World Jurassic Park. Now, I'm admittedly a bigger fan of this one than most people. I love Jeff Goldblum. Unapologetically, I love Jeff Goldblum. That's, yes. So I love that they made him the star of this movie. I also like Nick Vaughn. No, Nick was the character in the movie he was in. Steve Zahn. Vince Vaughn. It's not Steve Zahn. In this, though, he's kind of dooming them to get died when he takes all their bullets. And when I first watched this, the scene with the T-Rex stomping through the city scared the crap out of me. My room, this came out in 97. So I guess my room had a window. I always thought we were in the Big Blue House when this came out, but it's 97. We didn't move to the Big Blue House to 2001. So I don't know. I remember being afraid to look out my window. We lived in an apartment complex. I think we were going to stomp on the garages before he got to us. But yeah, I was like this. Sure, it's not as good as most of the rest of these movies on here, but I always have fun with it. It's long. That's the problem. It's way too long. It feels like when you get to the dinosaurs stomping through L.A., it's like, well, or San Diego or whatever. It's like, well, you know, that could have been the next movie. You just leave the island and that's it. Then we could break it into... No? Okay, it's kind of long. Spielberg's known for making long movies. 2 hours and 9 minutes. Which is not overly long compared to like 169 minutes. But still long. Alright. Number 8 brings us to the world of Indiana Jones. Well, we just back to the world of Indiana Jones. I forgot about Crystal Skull there. But it's Indiana Jones. Any guesses? You said Temple of Doom, jump out the window. No, it's Last Crusade. Which, up until the release of the 4th one, was my least favorite. Now it's nowhere near that. It's the 3rd, because I think I would put Dial of Destiny in between this and Kingdom of Crystal Skull. I think I like it a little bit. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it, which I don't want to. This, classic. Why do you keep calling him Junior? That's his name, Henry Jones Jr. But it's Indiana. He named the dog Indiana. I love Sean Connery in this. And then the whole fight on the plane. No ticket. Or not plane, it's a blimp. No ticket. That I use this almost every day. The line, "You must choose wisely." Yeah, it's just fantastic. I love they bring Solid back. Solid. I love John Rhys Davies. I had to look it up. And I even love Denham Elliott's character. What's his name? Marcus. I love Marcus. And he actually gets something to do in this one. You know, he gets something to do. So, yeah. Alright, number 7 is Ready Player One of his more recent films. I went to the theater to see this one. I think it's the only one I went to the theater. Well, besides Kingdom of Crystal Skull. This is Kingdom of Crystal Skull, the only ones I went to the theater for, because the only one I was old enough for. A lot of people complain. It's like, oh, you get to see all these IPs that Warner Bros. Owns, but it's not them. It's their avatars for people like, yeah, I get it. But it's better than say, oh, I don't know, Space Jam: A New Legacy, where they couldn't even actually get the likeness rights for the stuff they own. Where it's like, oh, Danny DeVito's Penguin's in there. I'm like, that is not Danny DeVito. Look, it's Jack Nicholson's Joker. No, they ain't. No, they're not even they're unreasonable facsimiles thereof. Poorly. They chose poorly, but this one at least has the property looking like the property, even if it's not actually them. You got King Kong, the Iron Giant, fucking Chucky, which is not a Warner Brothers product, but they snuck it in there. And I do like the actors. Ty Sheridan is pretty good. Olivia Cook is good. Ben Mendelsohn plays a great villain, even when he's actually not the villain, like in Captain Marvel that nobody else likes. That movie's fine. Would you rather watch Eternals? I don't think so. Simon Pegg is good in this. And even like Mark Rylance, even though, fuck you, I guess it's not his fault. Fuck the Academy for not giving Sylvester Stallone the Best Supporting Oscar and giving it to that guy, who I guess was barely in that movie. And Stallone's in the whole movie of Creed, and he didn't... I gotta go into that. He should have got the Oscar, okay? Unfortunately, the only Oscar he's gonna get is a terrible comedy directed by Ivan Reitman. But anyway, this is good. Alright. Number 6. Bum ba ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum bum. This has to be Temple of Doom. No! Raiders of the Lost Ark. I know a lot of people hold this as like the Holy Grail, which is weird because that's the other one. But I've never thought this was the best one. I've said this before. There's only one Indiana Jones movie that I watched over and over again as a kid, and I watched bits and pieces of the other ones. And this is still good. You know, get that opening, and then the giant ball. Him and Karen Allen had some good chemistry. The whole fight in the bar, or whatever it is. The snakes. Why has it gotta be snakes? And just when the face melts and everything, horrifying. And again, people say aliens was too much, but that's okay. I don't know, but I have fun with it. But it's not my favorite one. You guys probably knew my favorite one. We're in the top 5 now. And top 5, and number 5 is Go away, Gunther! This is no time for you. It's a shame Big LT's never going to watch this video. He would love that joke. Jaws. Jaws. Nice little cool cover. And then this one is the same. This is the 75th anniversary edition. Doesn't say. It did before. Hold on. Okay, 75. I'm looking for when the Blu-ray was released. That's 2 hours and 4 minutes. 2020. So yeah, 75. 75th anniversary. Got a book. Steven Spielberg there with a pencil in his mouth. Look at that. See? You know, she's dying. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 4K Blu-ray, Jaws. But yeah, we need a bigger boat. You need a bigger boat. Someone needs a bigger boat. For that, you get the head, tail, the whole damn thing. No, it's a tiger shark. What? I don't know why I make him sound like Droopy when he does. What? What? I don't know what a tiger shark is. I don't know. The mayor just will not close the damn beach. And then every subsequent horror movie with an attack tries to copy that, including Cruel Jaws, which is... It's a ridiculous movie with fake Hulk Hogan and the Star Wars theme, and it's... I would say it's no good movie, but it's so bad it's good. It's just a ridiculous movie, Cruel Jaws. They made sequels to this. Spielberg said no way to doing them, but Jaws 2 is not bad. I think it's overlooked because the other two movies are so bad, and they just say 2 is bad. And every time I watch someone's video where they say, Jaws is the only good one, the rest of the sequels suck. Jaws 2 is not bad. Stop dismissing Jaws 2 because the other two movies suck. Okay? Stop it. Jaws 2 is not bad, it's a decent sequel. Okay? But this is a classic. Spielberg classic. Definitely. Number 4. Have to fly, have to fight, have to crow, have to save Maggie, have to save Jack. Hook is back. Now, these top 4 were hard to put place because I'm like, oh, I love these movies so much. Jaws, I like Jaws. I love Jaws, but these 4 are my childhood. So you can tell which ones they are, probably. So Hook, Robin Williams, of course, plays an older version of Peter Pan. I almost said Hook. Of Peter Pan, forced to go back to Neverland to save his kids. I love this movie. It's great. Dustin Hoffman is great as Hook. Bob Hoskins is great as Smee. That's me. Smee. Smee's me. Smee's me. I love him. Did you know that Glenn Close plays a male pirate in this? She plays a man. This is not the last time she would play a man, but... Which just, I want to pop in that joke. Glenn Close is a woman. The joke from In Living Color. Glenn Close is a woman. I don't know how to say it. Rufio. 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 The one line that always sticks with me, besides the ending line, to dream. That would be an awful big adventure. But with the one line that gets me, especially as a father, is when he goes to Jack, yeah, I can fly. And all I have to do is think of a happy memory. You know, and you know what that happy thought was? He flies toward me and goes, it was you. And as a kid, that was cool, but as now as a father myself, it's just, of course that's what you, the fuck Maggie, I guess. I guess he's saying it was both his kids, but no, the dream he sees is Jack being born, and that's his first child, so you're always going to kind of prefer your first child. I mean, my grandma and mama never said anything, but I'm pretty sure I'm their favorite child. I'm just saying. But, or I'm her favorite grandchild and my mom's favorite child. But, yeah. My son has no competition for he has a brother, but he's not related to me, so it doesn't matter. Number 3, and again, this could have gone either way. E.T. Phone Home. Is that? I want to show off the. This is the 35th edition. 22. 2017. Yeah, 35th anniversary edition. There's the. There, I do have a steelbook, but that's the soundtrack. Quite enjoy. I listened to that a few times. And there's the. Any funny pictures in here I can throw out? Oh, she's getting eaten. Give me something. Some original pictures. It was a bit darker when they was writing them. Yeah. Big E.T. head. John Williams. Drew Barrymore. There you go. Welcome to my talk show. No talk show. My video, not yours. Okay. And they say I'm not serious enough. Okay. What can I say about E.T.? I have the VHS here somewhere. I know I always say that, and I'm not digging for it, but I do have it somewhere. See, this says 35th anniversary limited edition there, and my ass didn't see it. Nope, nothing on this. I'm sure the thing that came with it, the J card, whatever it was, said it, but just from beginning to end. I recently covered this for Universal, so check that video out. All my thoughts on that. He phone home on the back there. It's classic. It's a classic Spielberg flick. I love this movie with all my heart. Alright, we're in the top 2 now. Excuse me. We're in the top 2 now. It's between 2 specific movies. Alright? And I know that there's technically 35 movies. 34 because I haven't seen Disclosure Day. But I'm only doing the 15 because those are the ones I've seen. So, out of the ones I've seen, most of these I've reviewed. Those I haven't. You're never going to get a review for Schindler's List, I'll tell you that much. But number 2 is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. Temple of Doom. I'm sorry, but this is the best Indiana Jones movie, and you will not change that. I wasn't until I got older. I found out people didn't like this movie. I'm like, it's the best one. And maybe it's because it's the darkest one. It is the darkest one, and I like some dark movies. I'm a horror fanatic myself. You got it, dude, pulling hearts. Kalima Shakti, pulling out the heart, still pumping. Yeah. Okie dokie, Dr. Jones. Hold on to your potatoes. You call him Dr. Jones, dawg. I love Short Round. I wish they would have brought him back at some point. I was convinced because Ke-Huy Quan had come back to acting that he had to be in the new one, and he wasn't. And I was disappointed. They couldn't even, like, have a cameo, like he's hanging with Sala playing cards or something. That would be something. That would be a callback. He's playing cards with Sala, and then he freaks out. You cheat. You cheat, Sala. You cheat. You know, that's a callback. I didn't even plan that as a joke. I just, you know. You cheat, Dr. Jones. You cheat. And she's freaking out about the bat. A lot of people complain about Willie, and she does get a little bit annoying, but, you know, Steven Spielberg doesn't mind her because he married her. So, yeah. I love this movie, okay? I love it. Bolaram, I'll see you in hell. Psh. That right there. That's what he's doing. And every time I just see the gators, I know that the gators are not actually eating them, or the crocodiles, whatever. They're not actually eating people, but it got me growing up. I was like, oh. And I know now it wasn't real, but it's still kind of the idea that they fought crocodiles. That could happen to Indiana Jones. That happened to him. It happened to Short Round. Maybe he wasn't there, but the other, like, hold on, they were hanging too, I guess. But yeah. Number 1. Jurassic Park. And it was funny putting this list together, I was getting down to the top 5, and I went, shit, what is my favorite Spielberg movie? And that's when I got, well, it could be any of these 4. Jaws is good, but it could be any of the top 4. It could be Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. It could be E.T. It could be Hook. And ultimately, it went to Jurassic Park because I love this movie. Ever since I was a kid, I loved it. And I also did a Universal review on Universal Month review on this, so check it out. Check that out too. It's just, it holds up. The effects hold up to this day. The score by John Williams, he did a lot of these, and I did not talk about it. But the score in this one specifically, it just, you know, in a scene that's so good, so well done, that every other Jurassic Park movie will try to copy it and fail every time. Well, I think in the second one it's the Stegosauruses, and there's like something in the third one that they try that with, right? And then they just keep doing it with the other ones. I don't remember, but the last 4, they do something. It's like, but yeah. My favorite Spielberg. So, what are your thoughts on my list? Leave me comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.